Welcome back everyone. So another vlog. So today we're basically doing another full body session. So just to touch on something really quickly, the weight loss is still going ahead. So I've had a great week again with diet and I had weight loss. Now one thing to report is I think I want to probably be able to lose weight a bit faster now. So the performance in the gym for me, strangely, I've gotten stronger actually. It's a bit of a weird one. I mean, normally when I cut, I think even in the early stages, there's a bit of a hit where I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm in a deficit, so my training's not as powerful or as good. I'm not really fully training the same as when I'm bulking, for example, when I do have enough food in me. However, so the scale weight is dropping. I'm averaging around 1 kilo a week, so I'm currently 75.5 this morning, as opposed to 76.6 last week. And the week before, I think it was slightly less than 1 kilo. But what's happened in that is I feel like my appetite is still great. I don't really feel hungry. If anything, when I wake up in the morning, I'm still kind of like, I could probably eat like in another couple hours. Whereas I feel like that is one of the reasons where, that is one of the things that normally indicate where you're in a far into a deficit. That I may be incorrect, but from what I can tell and feel, or from my past, is when you're not starving, but when you're slightly hungry before your meals, that's when you know, okay, you know what, you probably shouldn't be pushing the calories further back. So for me, in this case, my calories have been good. So I'm hovering around 2,000 calories. However, my appetite is fine. So before a meal, I'm not really hungry. I'm just eating it because it's time. Having more of my meals back end early in the day. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a bit of an overview of what's going on a week-to-week basis. And now I'm going to tuck into my pre-workout meal. So a couple Bix. I keep doing this, you know. Every time I've said Weetabix, I said Bix. 2 biscuits of Weetabix and cocoa powder, protein powder, as well as some semi-skimmed milk. And that's my pre-workout go-to at the moment. I mean, I suppose if you look into the stats, I'm sure you could find something not great about Weetabix itself. However, for me, it keeps me full. And when I train, I've not had any issues with energy in that sense. But yeah, obviously my diet, the way I eat is based on a rules sort of system. So, I mean, you can say macros in that way, but basically my meals don't really change unless what I do is I evaluate it. If I'm getting bored or if I feel diet fatigue, I evaluate my meals, I change something that is sticking out. So you'll notice yourself when you're training, or when you follow a certain diet plan or your own, whatever your system you're doing, something about it will sort of basically make you feel like you need to change it. And for me, if something sticks out, I go ahead and change it, and then I'm back to performing how I would. So essentially, you guys are watching this now. My meals are whatever they are. I showed you in the last video as well, in the full day of eating, which I am going to do an updated one. However, as time evolves, you'll see some things will go out and other things will come in, especially when it's when you go further into the deficit. But yeah, enough talking. I'm going to tuck into my meal now, and I'll catch you guys on the way to the gym. So that was another training session in the books. So post-workout meals here. So potatoes and chicken, and I've got homemade garlic sauce with lighter than light mayo and some garlic granules. It tastes amazing if you guys want to try that. And yeah, just a quick one on the physique reveal as well. As you can see, my back gets leaner quite quick compared to the front side of my body. It's just the way I store body fat, I guess. So I mean, when you're training, or you obviously see somewhere that's leaner than the other side and you're like, oh no, I need to get fat reduced from here, you're just gonna have to wait. You just wait it out. You might have standout body parts where you might store fat in your legs, maybe if you're lucky in a way, because some people don't really care about having fat legs and all. But for me, it's my back where it gets leaner first. But at least it's an indication for me that I'm going in the right direction. But yeah, it was a very, very good session. Still hit PRs even though I'm in a deficit. That's what I was touching on earlier in terms of my calorie deficit. Even though I am in a deficit, I find it quite easy. I'm not trying to make it difficult for myself, but I feel like if there's room to push and I'm at early side of my diet, I am going to do that. So, okay, accelerate the weight loss by dropping a couple hundred more calories, I think, which I have done from today. And appetite, again, has been good. So I'm just going to give it another couple of weeks and see where we are. 75.5 at this stage is not bad for me, because just a few weeks ago we were speaking about being 78, and my performance, I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, oh no, now it definitely has impacted it. And also the video that you guys just saw now, the clips of the cooking spray. So as you can see, I mean, I'm not sure if the other brands do that, but I get this from Costco. So on the actual spray itself, it says 0 calories. And if you look at it, I think it's 1/8 of a second, which I can't even replicate, to be honest. And then you look at the main packaging where it says 900 calories and 100 grams. So even if you're using about 3-4 grams of that, if you weigh it on a scale, that's about 30-40 calories. Now, if you add that in every single meal, you could be up by about 200-400 calories at some points in your food. So it's one to watch out for. Even though you use spray oil and it says 0 calories, or even if it says a certain amount, just because it's a spray oil, you're not going to be guaranteed to be away from adding a lot of those fats in. So I've realized, noticed actually recently, I have been sort of spraying a bit more than I should have, but I'm reining that back in anyway. It's not be all and end all, because obviously mainly where you get your calories from would be your food. But if you're someone that puts oil in, like as it is, or with a spray as well, just make sure you're accounting for that as well, just to see if you're getting extra calories from there. We're going to go ahead and again dig into the post-workout meal, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you can, consider liking, subscribing and leaving a comment. That'd be awesome. And take care. Peace.